Hello beaders, welcome to Beachside Bead Boutique. My name is Jerry. Today we are going to be creating a boho Christmas bracelet. It's going to be funky and fun and have all the spark that you look for in a boho bracelet. And then also we're going to make a pair of earrings to go with that. So grab your coffee and your Christmas cookies and let's get beading. Okay, so let me start with the beads that we're going to use. So first I have these, and these are the ones from the Curated Bead Box Christmas box that I did a couple bracelets with a couple weeks back. These I believe are 10 millimeter. And then also I have this red and green and clear white mix. And I got these from Bead Box Bargains. They had a couple of different Christmas little bundles that they had. So these were two of the bundles. So see, there's like this mix, and then there's this more clear faceted mix. So I'm going to use these beads, but you can use, of course, any red, green, white, clear, kind of beads. And then also I have these pink and white. These are lampwork beads. And I got these from Bead Box Bargains. And this was just recent when they had their Black Friday sale. And this came in a bundle. And yeah, so I want to use some of these. And then also I have these charms. So I have these little gingerbread men. And then just different kinds. Just different kinds of Christmas charms. So whatever kind of Christmas charms you have will be just fine. So this came from Bead Box Bargains also. And then you will need some wax cording, and I have this, it's the same one I use all the time, 0.5 millimeter wax Brazilian cord. I'm going to use the white one. And then the tools that I have chain nose pliers, I have flush cutters, round nose pliers, and bent nose pliers. So, I mean, depending on, what we do, I know I'm going to open and close jump rings and stuff like that. So, just grab some jewelry making tools and you'll be fine. I do have some chain here. I have silver and I also have gold. I'm not sure which I'm going to use, so I have both. And then the same thing with the jump rings. I have silver and gold. And then I do have a couple pieces of bandana. So I have red, I have green, and then I did cut them already for the project that we're going to do. But I will show you exactly, how I cut them and all that. So, okay, and I do have this bead. Now, this is one of my boho beads that I made, and I do have a video on how I make my boho beads, and I will link that for you so you can check that out because I'm not going to show you in this video. And see, this is a whole, a couple of them that I had made, just Christmassy kind. Oh, and there's a piece of cord here. Let me get that out. Okay, so these are just a couple of Christmassy type of boho beads that I made. So it's just something fun to do, and I really like making these, and I like the fact that they're, messy but cute. And yeah, so I mean, this is something that I really enjoy making. So I made these. And then also I have a lobster clasp here with a jump ring, so I'm going to use that for my closure. But of course, if you have jump rings and all that, then you probably have lobster clasps with that. So yeah, so I think that's about all, that I could think of. It's kind of a lot, but it's okay. After we're done, then you'll know exactly, what color chain that I use. And yeah, so we'll just go with the flow and see what happens. I do have a plan in mind, so hopefully this won't be, an extra long video, right? Okay, so I'm going to take my wax cord, and like I said, let me get these out the way real quick. I am going to use this white one at the bottom. Of course, you can use a wax cord. You can use beading wire if you want to. You can use a different color wax cord. Whatever you want to do, it's all up to you. I'm just giving you the inspiration. Okay, so now you want to cut it long enough to where you can double it. So I'm just going to cut me a nice long piece. Remember, you do have to, we're not really going to knot this. I mean, we're going to make a couple of knots in the bracelet. We're going to make a few knots. So you do have to take that into account when you're cutting your cord, because you will need more cord for knotting, because that's going to take up more space. Maybe I want it a little bit longer. Let's see. Sorry for the ruckus here. I always do that. There's some ruckus here too, because somebody's drilling, which it may be for the apartment downstairs, which me and my husband are actually going to be moving down there. So I'm glad that it's getting worked on. Yeah, I just figured it would be nice to move downstairs and not have to climb up and down the stairs all the time, and have a little backyard. And yeah, so I'm just really excited about that. So hopefully that's going to happen very soon. But okay, so now I have a nice piece. Now I folded it in half already, and it's a nice piece of cord. Let me see if I could tell you the length. Hold on, let me find my ruler. Now I'm not measuring anything. I mean, you know, I just cut. But just for your reference, let me see what I cut. Okay, so we have 12. So it's about 15 inches when I fold it in half. So it's about a 30-inch strand, and then I fold it in half because we are going to use both pieces of the cord on our bracelet. Okay, so take your cord and just give it a little tug. It is not stretchy, but you just kind of want to stretch the fibers, because when you put your beads on and stuff, it may spread out a little bit. And of course, it is wax cord, so it is going to be a little bit sticky. Okay, so that's all you have to do. And I'm getting my little decoration attached. Oh, also, I did forget this, but I do have 2 pieces of twine. So you'll just need just a couple, or just bring a spool of twine and cut it as you go. I just have a couple pieces here that I'm going to use for something that we're going to make. Okay, so now I'm going to take my cord, and I'm going to take my, let's see, I'm going to take my boho bead, and I'm going to feed the cord through one of the loops on my boho bead, and then I'm going to pull the boho bead to the middle of my cord, so that'll be even at the bottom. And now you could go ahead and form a knot right here. So you just want to take your cord over your 2 fingers, cross over, pull your fingers out, pull both cords through that loop, pull that loop down, and you can use tweezers if you need to. And I probably should. I'm not sure where they're at the moment. You just want to make a knot right here, just so it'll hold good on your loop. Let me see. Okay, here's my tweezers. So if you need knotting tweezers, grab some knotting tweezers. We are going to make a couple of knots in this bracelet, so you may want your knotting tweezers anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and make one more loop. Now this is doubled, so it is going to be a thicker knot too. And you can take your tweezers and pull that knot down and use your fingers, whatever. And then I'm also going to separate my cords and then pull the knot like this. Okay, so this is how it looks. And just, of course, as always, I am going to take my brush on glue. You see me use it all the time. And I'm going to brush it on my knot to make sure this knot stays in place. Okay, now I'm going to keep my cords together. Now make sure your cords are even at the bottom and then form it into a point. And then I'm going to put one of these lightish green white beads. Now you might not have these same beads. Like I said, this came from Curated Bead Box. But if not, you know, you could use any kind of a greenish color bead. I mean, it's not, you know, crucial, obviously, that you have the same bead. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. And now I'm going to separate my cords. And then I'm going to string on both of them. So I'm going to use some of these. And then I'm also going to use some of my pink and white. Now I'm using pink and white just because, I don't know, why not? I mean, I like sometimes a little untraditional Christmas stuff. And I figured that would look nice with this light green here. So, I don't know. I just thought they were really pretty beads. And I was just like thinking, you know, pink and Christmas and, you know, just something different. So, you can use pink if you want to. You can use traditional, you know, however you want to do it. So I'm just going to string my beads in no particular order. And like I said, I'm stringing on one cord and then I'm going to string on the other. But for right now, I'm stringing on both cords. So one bead on both. I'm separating my cords and stringing beads on both cords. Actually, let's use a smaller one here. So we'll take that and then the small red on one. And that's because when you have two beads big that are next to each other, then it just kind of, you know, doesn't want to sit right. Okay, and I'm just going to continue doing that on both cords, just stringing some beads, whichever colors you want. It doesn't matter. It's just kind of random. So feel free to do it however you want to. And, you know, I used to think that, you know, you had to be perfect with everything with, you know, making jewelry. Like everything has to be, you know, a specific way, that there was a right way to do things. And, you know, and that's just not true, actually. I mean, you could do things however you want to. There is no right way. There is no wrong way. However you do it, your way is your way. I mean, I had that thought like, oh, well, everybody's doing it this way, you know, something, and that is the right way to do it. But that is not true. I mean, and actually, when I look at Pinterest, and when I, you know, go to Pinterest for inspiration, the things that I like the most are the things that are not neat, like the shabby boho kind of, let me not put two right together, you know, things that are just kind of put together, like, so things that are just not done on purpose, you know, so it's like a shabby on purpose. So that's what I like. I found, you know, mostly that things like that are not perfect, that things that maybe you wouldn't think go together do, mixing beads and fabric scraps. And that is my point, that I learned a long time ago, or I learned recently, that things don't have to be a specific way. There's no right or no wrong way to do something. If you like doing it, then you know what? I'm sure there's an audience for it. I'm sure there's a, you know, customer for it. I'm sure there's somebody that you will inspire by what you do. So that's what my point is. There is no right or wrong way to do something. And you don't have to follow the masses and do something a specific way. You do it the way that you are comfortable doing and have fun with it. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put both cords through here. I don't know. Let me cut it. Let me cut this at an angle. And I guess I'm going to have to get my bead reamer. Okay, now I'm going to ream this bead. So you just stick your bead reamer in there and then gently move it back and forth to make your hole a little bit bigger. So go to both sides. Be careful so you don't crack your bead. Okay, we'll see if this worked. If not, well, we might have to just not use these beads. Whatever. Like I said, I don't have a specific plan. There's no rule. So, yeah. And that's why I prefer to use this cording, because I could easily just tie my jump rings and my clasp and all that to it. So, I mean, I could still use a lobster clasp or a toggle clasp if I wanted to. With this, I could just tie it on, like you've seen me do, you know, several times. I could use beading wire and crimp if I wanted to, but that's not the way I prefer because, like I said, it sometimes doesn't come out right. So, you know, it is what it is. Do what makes you happy. Anyway, well, I guess that's my little inspirational thought of the day to tell you guys. You could do anything you want to. You don't have to follow everybody. Now you see what I'm doing, just placing random beads on each cord. However you want to put them. Okay, the goal is to have fun with it and create something that you enjoy creating. I'm not going to use the red since I have red there. Okay, and let's go ahead and create a knot. Is this the same size as this one? I don't know. But does it matter? No, it doesn't. I can do what I want. Okay, so I'm just pulling the loop. Hold, let me show you. This is the way it's going to be every time, so I don't have to show you every single time. You probably get tired of me showing you the same thing. Okay, so you just take it around your two fingers, pull your fingers out, and then pull the cords through the loop. And pull that cord down. I'm taking my knotting tweezers right on top of both of those beads and pulling the cord, moving my tweezers, pulling this knot down. And did I knot after this one? I didn't. Did it? Oh, here. I knotted here. Okay, well, whatever, right? And I'm going to go ahead and separate my cords. And I'm going to go on, and then I'm going to put this pink one. Well, I think that's cute. And then separate your cords and put some more beads on. That's all there is to it. You guys, Christmas is less than 2 weeks away. That is crazy. I mean, really, what this is, we only have one weekend after this, which is next weekend, which will be the weekend before Christmas. Are you ready? I'm not. I mean, I guess I am as far as, I mean, I'm not decorated. I'm not anything. I'm just, you know, doing my thing here. So, I mean, there's no specific thing. I mean, I meant to decorate and then it didn't happen. And now I feel like, okay, well, there's less than 2 weeks away. So it's kind of like, do I want to? Do I have the time to, you know, and all that. So, and like I said, we're planning on moving downstairs. So it's kind of like, well, if we, you know, bring that out, then that's just something more that we're going to have. I mean, we'll have to take it, you know, anyway, but I don't know. That's just something extra to have to, you know, deal with. So, and plus it doesn't seem like Christmas to me. Like, I think that's part of the reason why I haven't decorated. I mean, and I like doing this Christmas jewelry and, you know, going to the mall and seeing Christmas lights or, you know, stuff like that. But I did go to SeaWorld to see Christmas lights, and that was pretty nice. Okay, we're going to go ahead and tie this, and yeah, we'll go ahead and tie this right here. Yeah, so that was nice. But, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like Christmas to me. Like I don't know. It just came so fast. So I guess that's why I'm just not really in the mood. Okay, now pull that down. Tighten your knot. And separate your cords. Now we don't want to make it too big. This is actually... It's cute, huh? Yeah, because we have to put our clasp on. And, you know, I've learned to stop because I will keep going and then it'll be too big. So, should have used another pink bead. We only used one. I'm going to put my jump ring and my lobster clasp on this side. Right, no, here. We're going to put the jump ring and lobster clasp here. And then it's going to attach to here. Okay, so take your lobster clasp and feed it through your cord. And then take this down to the last bead. Or no, take it a little bit before. So stick your 2 fingers in there. And then the lobster clasp here. You're going to take it around your fingers. Make sure your lobster clasp and jump ring are inside this loop. So when you move your fingers, this is inside the loop like that. Take your cords, pull it through, and take my tweezers and pull it right up against. Hold on. We don't want it wonky. That, pull your knot down. And separate your cords so you can pull that knot down. And of course, I'm going to do it one more time. So just do the same thing and take your tweezers right up against this knot and pull your cords down. Oopsie. Don't break it. Oopsie. Okay, just like that. And then separate your cords. Pull that down good. And of course oh no, you know what? That's okay. Okay. I'm going to take my glue. And I'm going to put my glue on my knot here by my jump ring and my lobster clasp. And just rub it around good to make sure that this knot stays in place. And I'm also going to do it to this knot here. And this knot here just for extra security. This one we did, but what the heck. Might as well do it again, right? And this is the, you know, where it's all tied together. So we do want to make sure that one is good. This is cute. I love this little pink bead added to it. Like I said, I wish I would have added another. I didn't think about it like being, you know, this size already. So, okay, so now, I should have, here, just like that. That's our closure. This is cute. Okay, let me see how this fits. Okay, actually, this is going to be good, I think. When I close it, that's going to be perfect. And remember, you might need yours larger or smaller than what I have. Okay, so just judge it by the size of your wrist or the wrist of the person you're making it for. Okay, right, so my beaded portion is about 5 inches. And then my boho bead is probably another 2 inches. I have it bent, so it's hard to really judge, but. And then the lobster clasp, and of course there's no jump ring, so it's just the ring here. I mean, you could add a jump ring right here if you need to make it larger, add a jump ring to this, or you could add another jump ring to your lobster clasp. But like I said, I think this is probably going to be good for me. And I think this is adorable. I love it. But actually, I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail here. Let's add a little bit of beads to our little tail. Now we have this bead mix from the curated bead box, a little mix that it came with. And I'm just going to string randomly some of my beads. I'll do one more. Why not? Be a rebel. Add that extra bead. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and tie this. And I'm not going to tie it right up against the bead. I'm going to tie a little bit down. And I'm going to do one more knot right at that same location. And to do that, I'm going to take my tweezers right up against, where is it at? Right on top of this knot. And then pull my cord. Maybe. See, and then the bead will just kind of dangle around. Okay, I like that. I actually am going to make one more knot here. And of course, I'm going to put some glue. Wherever there's a knot, there's glue. That's because I don't want the knots to come undone. And the glue is clear, so I mean, it's not like you, oh, that didn't work, did it? It's not like you see the glue. So nobody knows it's there, and you know your stuff is secure. I mean, that's, you know, that's what's important. Well, okay, we're just going to leave that like that. And I'm going to put my glue, and I'm going to put a couple of dangles on the other side. And we still have a couple other things up our sleeve. Okay. So that, and I'm just going to do the other side. And you don't need to sit here and watch me because I'm doing the same exact thing. Okay? Okay, so I finished this side. I tied my knots, and I put my glue on. And now I'm going to cut the strings. Not too close to your knot. I mean, close, but, you know, don't cut your knot. And then that. And it is cute. I like it. Sorry for the ruckus. Okay, and we're still not done yet. Sorry. Okay, now I'm going to take some chain. I don't know. Do I want gold or do I want silver? You guys tell me. What do you think? Gold or silver? Can I hear you? No, I cannot. So, I'm just going to use gold. I'm going to use my gold chain. It's just a basic chain. I got this from Michael's. It was a, I don't know, like a longer piece, but you can use any kind of chain you want to. So my chain is going to drape like this. Because why not? We just want to make, you know, be a little bit extra sassy. Okay, I'm going to take my jump rings. I'm going to take 2 gold jump rings to attach my chain. Okay. I'll keep my jump rings here because I'm going to use them again. Now I'm going to open my jump ring. So you open and close a jump ring. Okay, like that. If you can see me, that's how I open and close a jump ring. Okay, fold my chain in half. And then take your jump ring and put one side on, I'm going to put it on this loop here. And then we can close this up. So like that, make sure it is closed, otherwise it will fall off. And then I'm going to take my other jump ring and then open this up. And then stick both of my pieces of chain. Okay, we'll take it right to here. Close this up good. Okay. So now we have this, even cuter. This bracelet is going to be extra. Did I tell you guys that? Extra. If you like extra, then this one is for you. Okay, and now we're going to take our charms. Where are we at? Okay, so take our charms. I don't know if I want to attach this one. This one is kind of big. So take whichever kind of charms you want. Whatever you want to charm, charm. And I'm just going to take some of my jump rings. Okay, put my jump ring on my charm. Place my charm on my chain. And close the jump ring up. Like that. And now I'm going to continue. It is cute. And now let's put our little gingerbread man. So for that, we're going to need a head pin. Let's see if he fits through here without coming out. Yes, okay. Keep these out in case I need that. So we have our little gingerbread man. And then you just want to bend this down like that. And then cut your wire here to about 1/4 of an inch. And then now you want to take your around those pliers and then loop this back. Take it right to the top of where we just cut. Create a loop. And there you have it. Our little gingerbread man is now a charm, and we can hang him on our chain. And I'm sorry for all the ruckus. So you just want to open that up, so just bend it up slightly. And I'm not putting a jump ring on this. He doesn't have a front or back. He's the same on both sides. So wherever you put it, and then you want to close that. Make sure it is all the way closed and flush. So now we have our little charms, and it is totally cute. But we're not done yet, because I made this little tassel out of bandana. I think it's really cute, and I like doing this kind of stuff. So we're going to add this also, and I'm going to add it right here, because this is where we, this is where we open and close it. So I don't want it to be on that side, because I don't want too much over there. So I'm going to attach this right here. Okay. We're going to put our tassel on our little loop over here. Let me get things straightened out here. Somehow, some way, this is going to work. That. That. Close your jump ring. Perfect. And now we might need to cut this a little bit. I think it is totally cute. We're totally rebel because we got this pink one here, right? And I did add a pink one to the end here too, see? We got our cute charms. Our cute charms dangling from here. And our cute little tassel. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and create a pair of earrings too. Because why not? Okay, I'm going to use my gingerbread men. So I need to create charms for my gingerbread men. Okay, so I got my gingerbread men ready. So they are little charms, cute little gingerbread man charms. And then I cut 2 pieces of chain. So yes, it's just little chain. And are they the same length? No, they are not, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm going to make 2 earrings with these chains, and they don't even have to match and whatever. It's just going to be what it is. Now I took some bandana and I cut them. Now I'm just going to cut it, and then I'm going to tear the rest of the piece down to about the same length I tore all the rest of the pieces, and then just cut it off. Okay, and that's what I did for all my little strips here. So you see I have lots of strips, and that's all I did. Move this out of my way. And then I'm going to take jump rings. So I have 2 gold jump rings, and I'm taking my largest ones here. I'm taking my bandana, and now these are not cut evenly and whatever. So we're just taking red, green, however you want to do it, whatever colors you want to use. I mean, there's no specific order or anything. I'm just taking red and green because this is a Christmas theme. And yes, they're shabby and all that. And these little frays. And I like all that. So I'm going to leave it just like that. That's my style. That's the way I like it. And you do you. However you like it, that's how you do it. I always say I'm just giving you the inspiration. And no, they don't even have to be even. I mean, these pieces aren't even anyway. I was just kind of making it even to put in my jump ring. Okay, so this is what I have. And then I'm going to fold these as best as I can. And then stick them through my jump ring. I mean, you could open your jump ring up if you wanted to, which I don't know. I might have to, I guess. I didn't with my other one when I made this one, but I guess this time I'm going to have to. Okay, open my jump ring and stick my fabric inside. It doesn't have to be neat or anything. Actually, I'm going to take it down. Okay, close this up, good. Okay, so you have this. So now it's folded in half. Now I'm going to take 1 piece of twine, pull my bandana scraps down, and then I'm going to take my twine and just tie it around the top of my bandana straps. So just like that. It doesn't have to be neat. And then I'm going to do it one more time. So just like you're basically just tying a knot. Tie it tight, pull it tight. And then, of course, you know, I'm going to take some of my glue. And then I'm just going to put it right on my knot here. If you guys want to know what I want for Christmas, I guess it's some more glue. That and bead stoppers. Isn't that what I said the other day? I need some bead stoppers. And I need some more of my brush-on glue. Okay. Let's let that dry for a second. And I'm going to take my, well, I'm going to cut it down first. So I'm going to cut this down. And it doesn't matter how long or anything. Just cut it to the length you like. So I'm going to say right about here. So this is going to be our tassel. So yes, we used a lot more fabric than what we need. And now I'm just going to cut my strips in half. So if they're kind of, you know, thick, just cut them so they have some more movement. I mean, don't cut them off, just cut them long ways, just cut them in half. Like that. See how this one is thick here? I'm going to cut that. Okay, so here's my little tassel, and now you see it's not even at the bottom or anything, and that is totally fine with me. Because the shabbier the better. I don't know, I like it this way. You could cut it neat if you want to. You can do however you want to. I'm gonna cut this piece in half. Okay, now we have one little tassel, and then this scrap, I don't know, I'm gonna keep my scraps. Because why not? I might need it for something, right? Like I said before, we don't throw things away. We keep them because that's craft. It's, you know, projects and whatever. So, all right, now I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I will meet you back here in just a minute. Okay, so I made both of our tassels for our earrings. I think they are super cute. And they're not exactly the same, but they're similar. I mean, the same thing. And like I said, I like it like this. Okay, Beaders, so I completed the earrings. So basically, well, you saw how I did the, how I made the tassels out of the bandana. So then I basically just put one of the gingerbread man, I hooked it to the jump ring here, and then I made this little charm and also hooked it to that jump ring, and then just put my ear wires on. So that's all I did with that. I think they're really cute, and I think they go well with our bracelet. Okay, and then as far as our bracelet, I did take off one of the chains. So, you know, it was the double chain. Well, I took off the bottom chain and then just kind of pulled this in a little bit so it wouldn't hang as low. But I really, really like it. I think this is really cute. It turned out really good. Yeah. Yeah, I really do like it. So anyway, here is our completed set. Our boho shabby bracelet and our earrings. I think they are really, really cute. I like how they turned out. And please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for more beading fun. And you guys let me know what you think. And if you would make this, or what you would change if you made it, or, you know, what have you. So anyway, well, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.